Hi Avenger artists, get ready for a whole lot of art making. You can split this up into 20-minute sessions if you like, or you can go the whole thing. Just make sure you take photos as you go. Let's get started by talking about what we're going to do. So, since all the flowers around my house seem to be blooming all at once, thank you allergies, we are going to be making some things with actual flowers. And if you can't find any flowers, that's okay. I'll show you how to make some by drawing them. So, step one, collect everything you need. So, you need permanent drawing materials, things like markers, pens, or ballpoint pens. This is more of like a felt tip pen. Then you're going to need different types of flowers. I've got chives, I've got a dandelion, I've got some, gosh, I don't even know what these are, but I borrowed them off my neighbor's bush. And then I've got some lilac. Now, the next things we'll need are a big-ish sheet of wax paper. You're going to need thicker than copy paper drawing paper, but if all you got is copy paper, go ahead and use that. Then we are going to need a piece of scrap wood or a thick cutting board and something to bash them with. You can use a meat tenderizer, you can use a hammer, a mallet, a really big mallet. Now I'm going to use my medium-sized mallet, but once I just like I always say, use what you've got, and I'm going to actually recommend something that is soft. Okay? Now that's for two reasons. So here's the thing. You're going to be whacking ahead at this thing. Don't do it on your mother's dining room table. You're going to be bashing something. Now, what should we think about when we're hitting something with a big, heavy mallet or hammer? If safety is what you said, you're 100% correct. Now, we need to make sure that nobody's fingers or noses or ears, I don't know what you're doing if you're putting ears on a place where you're going to be hitting, but that's your business. Now, you're going to be hitting something pretty hard with a very solid mallet, okay? I left my Thor hammer in my shed where it belongs. Now, you're going to be hitting it pretty hard, and you're going to be hitting it so that the flat part of the hammer is hitting all at the same time, okay? You need to make sure it makes a really loud noise, so don't do this while your first responder parents are trying to get their sleep. They need it. Now, let's talk real quick about what we're going to try to do. This is going to look a little bit like some flowers in a vase. Now, I'm not going to bash a vase. We're going to actually draw that after the flowers part dries. So, let's get to it, shall we? I'm going to pick my most manageable mallet. It's hard to say. Then I'm going to put an arrangement of flowers on where I'm going to be hitting it. Now I'm going to change the camera real quick so you don't get bothered by the, I hope nobody's motion sick. Don't get bothered by the motion of the camera. Here we go. I'm going to turn it upside down and everybody should see the lilac that I picked off of my tree in my yard earlier today. Okay? So, everybody sees it pretty well. Now what I'm going to do is cover this with another piece of paper or my big sheet of wax paper. Okay, you'll see that I've got a piece of scrap wood underneath so I don't bash my table too hard. And I'm going to put my wax paper on top. And just in case we're worried about this, I also have a clear, thin cutting board just off camera here that I'm going to put on top of that, and I'm going to make a sandwich out of it. Okay, now before I start whacking away, you'll probably notice that I put my name in the bottom right hand corner of my paper and that all of my flowers are on the top part of my paper. That's because we're going to draw the flower pot or vase toward the bottom. So let's make that sandwich again. And I'm going to be careful to use the rubber side of my mallet and not get my fingers. Here we go. And it's going to be real noisy. Like I said, do this while your first responder parents are trying to get their valuable rest. Now, obviously, if you're using something like this at home, you should have your parents helping you, or at least keeping a careful eye on you, because squashed fingers are no fun. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Normally, if we were doing this at school, I would be having you do this outside. So if you want to do that, go ahead. Now I'm seeing a whole lot of yellow and not enough color on here, and that's okay. So what I'm going to do is make another arrangement, maybe using the colors that did come. No, let me use these red ones here. See what happens if I add my dandelion in there. And these purpley things. Throw my chives on there. Okay. And I'm going to try again. Okay. Art is about experimentation and creative problem solving. So let's solve this problem because it didn't come out as dark as I wanted. There we go. It's very fragrant in here. I just beat the life out of these poor flowers. Now you can see, ooh, it smells like onions because I beat the chives into my paper. As you can see, I've got what looks like some flowers. Let's see, where's a good angle of the camera? In my picture here. Okay? Now, next, I'm going to let this dry overnight. Now what you can do is just wait. Okay? But I'm going to do the rest while it's wet, but you should probably let it dry and let the colors show. So I'm going to get rid of my piece of wood. We don't need that right now. And I'm going to try to move the camera so we can see things upright and it makes sense to my viewers at home. Now I'm going to choose one of my thinner pens, and I'm going to be brave here. And I'm going to make a curve for the top of my vase. So we're making what looks like a cylinder. We're going to do some cheater 3D drawings. Here we go. So I'm going to air draw. That means get my arm and my hand ready, just like this. Okay, see how I'm making the motion but I'm not making any marks? That means I'm practicing. And then when my arm feels ready, I'm going to make what looks like a smile under my flowers. And I want it to be even across. Do you see how I made one big mark? Yeah, you want to do it all at once. And then down at the bottom of the paper, we're going to make a smaller smile. Okay, does everybody see how I did that? This one's big, this one's a little bit smaller. And you can either make straight lines on either side, or you can make curves. Now I think I'm going to turn this into a curved one. And I'm going to go out just like that. And it looks like my felt tip pen did some weird stuff. I'll just go over it again. And then over here on this side, I'm going to do the opposite. So this curve went this way. This curve is going to go toward the outside of my paper as well. Just like that. Okay? And then here's the tricky part. I need to imagine where the stems of these beautiful flowers will be, and I'm going to draw an oval or a frown behind it, just like that. Next, we need to fill this vase with patterns, because flat, rounded shapes, they're kind of cool, but they're not as interesting as something that has a pattern. So I'm going to choose a thicker pen, pencil, or marker, and I'm going to make a zigzag, just like that. Now, is that a really interesting pattern? It's okay. Let's keep going. So I'm going to put a circle in the pointy parts. That looks kind of cool. What else should I do? What other shapes do we know? I know, let's put a square outside of the circle. Simple enough, right? What other shapes do we know? If you're thinking rectangle, say, that could look cool. Let's do a skinny rectangle. How's that? And I think we can leave that empty space to just have some cool colors on it. So what I'm going to do is wait for everything to dry and settle down. If I was careful about this, this would have taken me 40 minutes, including the time collecting my flowers. So if you've got this done, you can really sort of think about how you want your stems to be shaped. And you're going to just draw in the missing parts between the flowers and your vase or flower pot. Okay? So as soon as you've got that done, we're going to think about how we're going to add color. But don't do it yet. At each step, please take a picture and send it to me in Google Classroom. I hope you all found this to be a fun activity and you enjoy it with your families, and especially please be quiet and careful if you can. If you can't be careful, don't do this part of the assignment. Ooh, I forgot something. If you are not up for bashing flowers, here's how you're going to do it. You are going to use ovals to make your own flowers like this. See how I didn't really start with a circle in the middle, but I'm going around and around, and I'm letting my ovals touch each other. Okay, you can also make triangular ovals the same way, just like this. Maybe they're almost tooth-shaped. You see how when you put a bunch of those together, they become a flower? Just like that. Now, don't worry about color until next week. Again, I hope this video was fun for you to watch and gives you some ideas of how you're going to make some amazing art. Until then, take care, Avenger artists. I hope you all stay well. Bye-bye.